Hello, our friends, Evolutionary and our EEARTS family.
Hello there. Welcome back.
Welcome back, guys, and thank you again for your support. All that are supporting us over at Patreon, where we upload every single video, so you can actually follow us over there as well. Or you could stay over at Brighteon, Bitchute, Rumble, or YouTube. There's just so much craziness. Everything seems to be really accelerating as you see a whopping 4,200 protests related to the Palestinian-Israeli conflict sweeping almost 100 countries. And, you know, it's absolute, complete divide and keep conquered. Divide and keep conquered. This is what the system does. As we see here, Palestinian Prime Minister Mahmoud Abbas, if you take his first initial, Mabus, could be, possibly. Convoy attacked, one guard known dead. Video of the alleged attack is circulating online. We don't know if he was injured or not, but boy, that infamous quatrain that Mabus will soon die, and then comes a horrible response at once. 100 hand, 100 lands. We'll keep an eye on this one.
Mm-hmm. Definitely watch this one and see how this unfolds, and then what happens after. Because if they really wanted this to be done and they failed this time, I feel they'll definitely have backup attacks.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of this type of thing happening. These are dangerous times. You have a man arrested near the Capitol building with an AR-15. Suspicious package was in the area as well. Just another day, and unfortunately, this is hugely horrible. Jihadi militias have murdered over 800 people from the Masalit tribe in Darfur, Sudan, over the past few days. And just a complete slaughter of men, women, and children. Over 800 people. And it's still an unfolding story. So I've been trying to find verification of this to make sure that they're not, that this is legit. It shows a DOD advisory around pro-Palestinian Day of Action. Targets include all possible cities and sites of production and headquarters of the largest transnational weapons companies. The interesting thing is, though, if you put it into like Google, you really don't see anything. And so it's curious. Chuck here is putting this out, and other people have commented on it as well. But other people have also said they haven't seen anything in the mainstream. Apparently, absolutely, Fox had issued it, unless we were talking about, the Day of Jihad from several, when this started a month ago. Could well be. It's unclear, but, at these times, just stay careful and try to avoid, we avoid going out amidst the bigger crowds as much as possible. And of course, when we're talking a big crowd, we're talking about little towns of 1,000 or 2,000 people.
Right. For us, what a big crowd is, and for other people, what a big crowd is, might be totally different. But the one thing that I keep seeing is, with gas stations, just keep your car gassed up, keep extra gas on hand or something, because I just keep seeing that this is gonna be the crippling blow, is gonna be, gas stations getting hit. So we'll have to watch and see what happens there. And it's just something that keeps coming back in like a revolving, vision inside of my head. And when I get that, I feel I need to tell you guys, just so you can at least be prepared.
Yeah, she had seen gas prices in like what did you see?
$10-15 range a gallon.
Yeah, I paid $2.79 today. And I'm sure you guys in California paid a lot more than that. But again, it depends on your location. So in a phone call yesterday, Biden demanded that Netanyahu temporarily halt fighting in Gaza for 3 days to try to gain support from pro-Palestinian Americans who are taking to the streets. And then there's also reports, too, that he may not even run if it looks like he has no chance. But, again, it's all already written in the script now, isn't it? American forces under attack. This is an update from the DOD. 40 attacks on U.S. bases in the Middle East from Iranian-backed groups. 22 separate incidents in Iraq, 18 in Syria, 46 injuries to date. This is only going to keep increasing. And here we see over in Australia, there's been some cyber attacks going on. And yeah, the trains not running. No trains, no bus replacements either. Can't hire an Uber ride as this person's on an Optus network, which Optus doesn't have any service. So that is seriously concerning. And, again, cyber attacks are going to be part of the wave of warfare that we, are going to be just kind of used to in WW3 as we watch that break out. Massive fire broke out former air base in Orange County, California. Orange County, again. And as we were saying, this Opus outage hits millions of people in Australia. 4G, 5G internet down. And this is something that was hitting me a long time ago. I was feeling that towards the end of this year, which we're towards the end of the year now, we're going to see a lot of outages. And just to be ready for it. Again, it depends on where you are. I think that if you are in the BRICS nations, you probably won't have too many outages. If you're in the NATO nations, get used to outages because everything is already written in the stars, as we know. And here you have KSK Construction, which the Feds suspect funneled Turkish cash into Eric Adams' campaign. Yeah, the FBI went to his campaign manager's house, got massive loans from a bank controlled by Turkish government. You can't trust the FBI, you can't trust the CIA, you can't trust any politicians, you can't trust, the left, you can't trust the right. You could trust your dog and your kitty. That's about it.
That's all I would trust. I know a lot of people put a lot of faith in the idea that there's some sort of a group of people that are going to show up and gallop to the rescue and wear white hats and everybody's going to be okay. But, that is the biggest psyop that we have going. It's huge, 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 huge. Sorry.
Well, that letter that comes right before R, as you know, that was standing for royalty. Yeah, that was, and again, do you think really that any of the royalty of the world is on our side, meaning the average person's side? No, of course not. But the Great Awakening is upon us, as you have New York County Public Defender Victoria Ruiz just resigned from her job after getting caught tearing down posters of children that are missing in Israel. And voting machines in Pennsylvania, this is a report saying that they shut down after changing the results. Now this could definitely affect this video, and it's almost really like we kind of feel like it's like, why do you bother putting anything on YT? Because they do take things down. They do they flip results all the time. They've been looking to really target EEARTS a lot, and so they have taken things down. And you'll get comments from people, paywall. They don't want to go spend 3 cents a day to be on Patreon. Yeah, at the same time, when you put a video up on YT and you almost feel like it's going to get taken down, and they've taken down tons of videos. As we see, China boldly claims it has a plan to mass produce humanoid robots that can reshape the world within 2 years. Mass produce humanoid robots that are capable of carrying 50 or more pounds. That gives you a real clue to the direction that the world is heading. And I've gotten glimpses of this through the years, the world that we're heading, the smart city world. The world, too, where they know, again, the militaries, the policing forces that carry out the will of the power structure, as more and more people awaken, there's going to be less and less humans to do their will. Here's your replacements. So if you're in the police or if you're in the military, you're looking at the face of your replacements to come.
Well, and understand how many humans can't even carry 50 pounds. Granted, there is probably a lot of little minor details that humans could do that these robots can't do, but everything to them, it's all programmable. It's all programmable matter.
Yeah, absolutely. How about this one? China unveils neurostrike weapons that can attack and control human brains from thousands of miles away. This is, again, it's something out of DARPA, but that shouldn't surprise you because the power structure is just moving to Beijing. The only thing that changes is really the location, kind of the flavoring, and so we're going from Americana to we're all living in China in that sense. But really, nothing is going to change except for that slow illusion that has been an illusion that your choices actually make a difference, because the reality is they don't. When you look at what happens, often it's against the will of the masses. Democracy? Really? Come on. As you see, Gil Bates, digital IDs will be mandatory if you want to participate in society. You want a job? You want to go to the grocery store? Everything. Any way, shape, or form, you're going to have that. And that is just a stepping stone. As we know, it really is. What's going to happen is, they want to turn you into a human version of that. That's the ultimate goal. And here we see another flood. This is in Kenya. Massive floods going on. As he says, humanity being evicted as the earth reclaims territory. Well, the reality is right now, most of it is geoengineering. That's my opinion. I think that's Cindy's opinion too, for the most part. But yes, the earth will sweep away a lot of the vestiges of what's been despicable assault on life. It's an assault on life. As you see floods in Saudi Arabia, absolutely happening right before our eyes as written. Yes, because again, the controllers know what their plans are.
Oh, those poor camels. That's all I can think about. Poor babies.
Yeah, absolutely. This is very sad, but it is what we are facing. The earth will survive and bounce back. And at some point in time, the control system won't be absolute. There are going to be those that break away from society, and that really is the only hope, is breaking away from society. And I know there's many people out there that don't want to hear that. They want to hear that, no, all we need to do is get the right person in the White House, and we'll be fine. That's like still waiting for Santa Claus to come down the chimney. Santa's not coming down the chimney. Mom and Dad might do something nice. But no, there is no Santa Claus. There is no Easter Bunny. It's part of that realization that the control system is counting its sheep, just like this kitty is counting its sheep. And humanity's being herded down this gate. What's at the end of that gate? Well, again, it's not pleasant for the sheep.
No, it's not. And I just remembered we had the most wonderful conversation with the family member that I believe we're going to do a video on him because he's really amazing, probably next week. But we were talking about it'll be on Hearts Home, so wait for that. He's a great guy, and what he's done is just completely amazing. It'll be a great, super fun video. So if you're not subscribed, please go subscribe because you don't want to miss this one. But anyhow, the conversation that we had was about Earth and her inhabitants and how these other beings have come down here, and they really literally have created their own playground to control. I mean, just for the purpose of their enjoyment and their ability to control, because they cannot control Mother Nature. Yes, I'm speaking about the reptilians. They have their own playground, and the own playground consists of our government and other governments around the world. And they created this just for the sole purpose so they can control every single aspect that goes on inside of that government. So, I mean, the only way out of this is to blend with the mother, have the original inhabitants be able to work with Mother Earth to get out of that construct. We have choices still. We have choices. We can walk down a different path. You have to want to.
Absolutely. And, here as I search it, this is from ranker.com. 12 Nostradamus prophecies that didn't come true. Mavis will soon die, then will come a horrible undoing of people and animals. At once one will see vengeance. 100 hands, and that's debatable, that term. There's been some confusion with that term, whether it really was hands. 100 hands, thirst, famine, when the comet will pass. Nope, this is one of the most quoted quatrains, appears to spell out the coming of a terrible time. It's been debunked. So says Mike Rothschild.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah. Is it just a coincidence that you got the name Rothschild there? Like we should trust you. Again, use your own discernment. And, what's curious is that that might be that, again, time frame in April. Because there is a comet coming in April, and that's the comet that is going to be coming during the last eclipse, April 8th. And it happens to be a comet coming out of Draco, the constellation Draco with horns.
Yes, don't forget the horns.
Oh.
Sorry.
Say that one more time.
Don't forget the horns.
You're swell, George.
Super swell.
What can you do? You have to laugh. It's the apocalypse after all. As always, guys, stay prepared. Much love. Source bless. Namaste.
Namaste.